And he would do this thing where he has his hands in his pockets. So he's just walking, and he walks behind me. I remember I was last desk, and he's like, crank that sumo, huh? What's this? Takes my papers, starts reading the lyrics. Anna V up in this hoe. Watch me crank and watch me roll. The class is dying. Watch me crank that sumo and Superman that. Yvana, come with me. Are you? Bro, you really mad over a song though? Is it not real? Like, is it not real though? Did I not tell the truth? What's good, y'all? What's poppin'? Today we are going to be doing the start of my series called Catholic School Chronicles. Now, if you guys are not aware, I went to Catholic school literally from pre-K through 8. And it was actually a pretty traumatizing experience, but I didn't realize how traumatizing it was until like a couple weeks ago when I strolled down memory lane with one of my childhood best friends. And I was like, yo, I don't have many vivid memories about a lot of this stuff until you prompt me to remember it. And I realized that I didn't want to remember it because a lot of it was very traumatizing for me. And I have this thing where, like, comment down below if you agree, right? If something traumatic happens to me or someone really pisses me off enough to the point where like it really does disturb me emotionally, I will literally forget it. Like my brain will literally like turn it off and store it in the archives of my brain, okay? So I decided we're just gonna make this into a series. And as I remember certain things, we're just gonna tell it on this channel as a form of therapy. All right, so yes, I do have a therapist, but you know, the stories are more entertaining and they help pay my bills, right? So for this first story, we're gonna talk about how I literally almost got kicked out of school for a song that I wrote. And it's funny because I'm now trying to get into music, and I've always said I can't write music, I don't want to write music, it's just not my forte, you know, like it's just not one of my strong suits. And I realized that that probably stems from this traumatic experience that I had in middle school. I used to always hear people say, right, like if you have a negative experience with something or a negative feeling associated with something and you truly feel like you can't do it, it might be tied to a really negative emotion, right? Or something must have happened to where you feel like you genuinely can't do it. And I realized, yup, I feel like I can't write music, or I won't be good at writing music, specifically because of this story, right? So let's just backtrack. We are literally in, I think, 6th or 7th grade, right? And this is around the time Soulja Boy was popping, right? Remember? You crank that Soulja Boy. All right, remember that? Listen, that song was lit, okay? I love me some Soulja Boy back in the day. Like Soulja Boy, tell him. That song was elite. It was definitely the height of a lot of our childhood, okay? Comment down below, what was your favorite Soulja Boy song? To be honest, that actually wasn't my favorite Soulja Boy song. Kiss Me Through the Phone was my favorite Soulja Boy song. But Crank That was literally a staple. And honestly, I remember I said Soulja Boy and Bow Wow were legends in one of my unpopular opinions videos, and you guys are like, nah, bitch, they're legends, okay? They not popping now. They're a little irrelevant now, but definitely belong in the legends category. I don't care. It's an unpopular opinion for a reason. But essentially, when Crank That came out, I thought, oh my goodness, it would be great to write a remix to this. Now you guys are probably thinking, Yvana, what type of remix? Okay, the song's already good. Why would you write a remix of this? Now Now hear me out. Like I said, I went to a Catholic school. Now this was not just any Catholic school. Catholic school that I went to was actually a very diverse Catholic school, okay? It was predominantly black. There was not that many white people, but it was ran by predominantly white people. It was a predominantly white staff. We only had 2 black teachers, and those 2 black teachers only came by the time I was in middle school. The principal was white, vice principal was white, most of the other teachers were white, and of course the people that were in the office were white, things like that. But the students were mostly black or Hispanic, okay? It was very, very interesting dynamic. And I will say now, looking back at it, there was a lot of microaggressions and of course racism at play at this school, all right? Like, it's insane because as a kid, I didn't really peep it. I didn't necessarily understand it. But now growing up and jogging my memory a little bit and remembering some of these experiences, a lot of us were not treated well, and a lot of it had to do with our race or ethnicities, okay? So the thing is, the school that I went to is actually not open anymore, so it is what it is. I went to a school that was close nearby, right? And essentially the school was a school that was called, we're gonna have to give it a code name. We're just gonna call it Jesus the Savior. Okay, it was called Jesus the Savior. Then it went on to being called Rodale Catholic. And it was interesting because when it became Rodale Catholic, it just went downhill, okay? Because Jesus the Savior was actually one of the most like renowned, prestigious like Catholic schools. It was doing really well, but then like the principal got really old. She was going into retirement, so they didn't want to shut it down. But then when they gave it and became Rodale Catholic, child, it just went to shits. Okay, it just went to shits. These stories are probably not gonna be in any particular order because like I said, I'm gonna be telling them as I remember them. But anyhow, it was a very different environment when that happened. And I think that's when the school really went to shit, when they had the nerve to change it like that. I feel like they should have just shut the shit down and call it a day. But anyhow, I feel like it was great meeting all the new students, of course. And it was nice to have a new, fresh outlook, but the effort was done in vain, to say the least, okay? So we had brand new uniforms, brand new students, which means brand new friends, and of course, brand new administration. Yay, okay? So with this brand new administration, we had a brand new principal. We're gonna call him Mr. Sumo because he looked like a sumo wrestler. I'm just gonna say flat out, nobody liked this man. I didn't like this man. None of the students liked this man. I don't even think most of the administration liked this man. But we had to put up with this man because he was the principal. He was very sarcastic. He was mean. He was vindictive. And most importantly, he had a lot of bias. He was racist, and he just didn't seem to like kids, to be quite honest with you. He had his own kids that he put in a completely different Catholic school. Let's just say that says a lot, right? You are a principal of a Catholic school and you put your kids in a whole completely different Catholic school. It's just strange. When people like own or like oversee something where their kids can partake in that, but then they put their kids in a completely different one, it's very strange. Let me just say straight up, when it comes to private or Catholic schools, you can put your kid in any, okay? It has nothing to do with district or anything like that. So don't even comment, oh, well, maybe his kids are in another district. Nope, he could put his kids wherever the fuck he want. And he chose not to put his kids in the school all of the niggas, okay? So let's just start off there. So let's just start off with the examples of how vindictive, mean this principal was, okay? So he would do things like take away our dress down days if he didn't like the way we would behave. He would take away privileges such as dressing up for Halloween. Yes, Catholic people do dress up for Halloween, okay? We don't really think things like that are demonic or are like that serious. He would take away recess privileges for weeks at a time if we didn't eat a certain way or if we didn't eat all our food. I swear to God, like, you guys are probably like, this must be like hell. Yes, it was hell. Specific people weren't behaving a certain way in certain classes. He would punish the entire class for that 1 or 2 student specific behavior. It was just little shit like that. Now you guys are probably like, well, if kids are misbehaving, then they deserve the punishment. Personally, I've known a bunch of kids to misbehave. I've known a bunch of kids to do fuck shit, but I've never heard of people's dress down days, people's whole entire recess, or like a whole entire Halloween parade being taken away off of a couple of kids' behavior. You punish that kid or a couple of kids based off of their behavior. You don't sit there and take away 30 to 40 or a whole school's privileges away based off of 1 or 2 kids. I think that's just wild, okay? Especially at the time when I was a kid. I was mad, okay? We were real mad. So at this given time, we definitely had a Halloween parade coming. All right, so we we had a Halloween parade. And listen, the Halloween parade was very, very near and dear to our hearts, okay? So at this time, this is where Halloween trick-or-treating was like, we're not about to go knock on people's doors, okay? Let's be real. Us black people, you know, us Latinas and other people of foreign persuasion, we're not about to let our kids just go and knock on people's doors asking for candy. So the alternative was having Halloween parades, okay? So we would usually have it out back in the parking lot. We would wear our costumes, walk around looking cute, and then like we would have tables like set up, like the teachers would have tables set up, and we would get these little bags and they would put candy in them. Sometimes I think we would have it in the gym if it was like raining or whatever. It was nice. Like everybody looked forward to this, but something happened where I don't even remember. It wasn't even like a one kid thing. I think we just didn't act the way he wanted us to act for a specific event. Like it was something where like we had visitors in the building and certain kids were acting up, or we just weren't quiet enough. To be honest, if I told you exactly what it was, I'd be lying. I genuinely do not remember. But whatever it was, he canceled the entire Halloween parade. Y'all know, if y'all follow my Haitian channel, women, Halloween's my favorite holiday. You're not about to cancel the Halloween parade. Well, pop fell. You're not gonna do it and not hear from me. I was sick. Okay, like I would, oh my God. One thing about me, I love me some Halloween and I love me some candy. So he basically canceled the whole Halloween parade and everybody was sick. Okay, everybody was so upset. And then to add insult to injury, he went and he canceled the following dress down day. Now, if you guys are not aware, if you go to like any school that wears uniform, which most of them wear uniform these days, but some of them don't. But if you're not familiar, a dress down day is basically where you can wear regular clothes to school instead of your uniform, but you like pay $1 or whatever to whatever charity of the school's choice to wear your regular clothes. He canceled that. He didn't just cancel it for the upcoming one. He canceled it for like a couple of months. And then we had to eat lunch in silence for the next like couple of weeks. I don't know. Did I sign up for Catholic school or did I sign up for military school? Let me understand. So everybody was mad. Like we was sick. And I understand. Listen to this as an adult. You're probably like, man, it's not that serious. It could have been worse. No, it couldn't have been worse because this man was a tyrant. This is the type of shit that he would do consistently and constantly. And we're going from a principal that was nice, that was sweet, that was reasonable, that would actually punish the kids that were doing the troublesome deeds, that would suspend or expel the kids that were constantly doing fucked up shit, to a principal that would literally punish all of us for literally a couple of bad eggs, that was constantly letting the bad eggs come into the school and then would sit there and act like that's not what he was doing. The teachers genuinely didn't like this man either, okay? And when it came to this, like the teachers were already prepared. The teachers had buckets of candy, like bags on bags and bags of candy to give to all the kids in the school, okay? Everybody already had their costumes, okay? We had our dress down fits, all right? Like we was ready. And then not being able to talk at lunch is even more wild because we can't talk in class. So where are we about to talk to each other at? After school, before school program? Like it's just annoying. It's like, bro, like you're doing too much. You're doing too much. And then when he gave the announcement, it was just the most aggressive announcement ever on the PA system. He was just like, good morning, students. That's how I used to talk, bro. Hella schnot. Hella like shinuses. Good morning, students. Due to the misbehavior and the embarrassment that you've all exhibited, there will be no Halloween parade this year. I repeat, there will be no Halloween parade this year. All you heard was, whoa, silence! In addition, there will be no dress down day until further notice. And you will have a silent lunch until I say you can talk. You my daddy? Are you my daddy? Child sick. So, like I said, Crank That was booming at the time, okay? Crank That was literally like what, the top 10 song at the time, and everybody was listening to that, okay? I was listening to it on my MP3 player all the time. Like, oh my God, do you remember MP3 players? Like, I miss them. Like, I want an iPad Classic so bad right now. Like, I want like a sealed iPod Classic so I could put all my favorite songs on it. Yes, I do have an iPhone. I could just put everything on my iPhone, but it's not the same, okay? I want to listen to all my songs on iPod Classic and just with my little headphones and just be like, I just want it, okay? Leave me alone. So I started writing my Crank That Sumo. Yes. Yeah, I started writing the Crank That Sumo song. Full-blown song. It was like Yvana, tell her, hey, you. But see, let's be real. Okay, so this is the thing. I have an affinity for nicknames since I was a kid. Okay, it's funny because in my yearbook, like, we were looking at my old middle school yearbook, and it was like a what if page, and that shit pissed me off low-key, but it was true. It was like, what if Yvana didn't change her name every 2 seconds? I went from Cookie to Kizzy to Anavy, which is funny. That is the name of the channel right now. Anavy is actually a name that I used way back in middle school. So I think when I was writing this song, I actually used Anavy. So it was like, Anavy, tell him. I was that serious. Yo, let me put on the beat, y'all. Let me, we gotta put on this remix for y'all, bro. I was dead serious. Let's see if I remember the lyrics. Anavy, tell him. You, Anavy up in this hole. Watch me crack and watch me roll. Watch me crack that sumo roll and watch me crack that and watch me roll at that roll. I'm a bitch. I'm such a dickhead. It was something like that. It was like, watch me crank that. I ain't trying to get demonetized, y'all, so I gotta stop playing that beat. But it was like, watch me crank that sumo roll. He was a big dude, so it was like, watch me crank that sumo roll, and it was something like that. I found the lyrics when I was moving my parents out. I was like, yeah, let's throw this shit out. I don't need this energy. I'm mad I'll throw it out. But it was just too funny. And I wrote the whole lyrics top to bottom. I wrote it down. I literally had gave a copy to my, like, I don't know why I didn't just photocopy it at the time. Well, actually, I was trying to photocopy. So I wrote it down fully and I gave it to my best friend at the time, Kim. Hey, Kim. Hey, bitch. I know you watching this. I gave it to Kim and she was supposed to photocopy it. I was gonna have a full-blown production, guys. I wanted a music video because this is when YouTube like really first started. I wanted a music video. I wanted all of that. Like, it was gonna be like a whole thing. I had literally sat there. I was like, all right, Kim, this is what you gonna do. You, this is what you gonna do. I had all my friends helping me with this, y'all. It was a whole big deal. And I was like literally gonna give it to her like at the end of this period. So I think it was like maybe 5th, 4th period. I have the lyrics on my desk, right? And at this time, this is literally probably the day, okay? Like the day of what's supposed to be the Halloween parade. And Mr. Sumo come in the goddamn class. And he's just walking around. He had this thing where he would just walk around, observe, you know, for 2 seconds. And he would do this thing where he has his hands in his pockets. So he's just walking. And he walks behind me. I remember I was last desk. And he's like, crank that sumo, huh? What's this? Takes my papers. Starts reading the lyrics. Anavy up in this hole. Watch me crank and watch me roll. The class is dying. Watch me crank that sumo and Superman that. Yvana, come with me. Are you? Bro, you really mad over a song though? Is it not real? Like, is it not real though? Did I not tell the truth? Bro, the song was low-key petty though. I don't give a shit. I believe every word that I wrote. It was messed up. I don't remember the full lyrics, but it was something like, watch him eat and watch him chomp. Like, watch him eat the pizza and watch him eat the whole thing up. Like, it was... I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell because I really don't regret anything that I did, okay? Like, I was in there with no remorse. Like, he was like, come with me. I was like, okay. Bruh, the class was dead, bruh. So I go to the principal's office with him, walk down the stairs, whatever, go to the principal's office with him. He's like, so what is this? You wrote a song about me? So this was pretty hurtful. You know, this really hurt my feelings. Do you think that writing something like this is okay? Writing something like this is respectful? So this is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna have to take these lyrics and you're gonna have to go get them signed by your parents. No, the fuck I ain't. He don't know who he was talking to. He don't know who he's fucking with. First of all, my parents barely read English. That's one. Second of all, my parents taught me how to forge their signature so I couldn't bother them with all of these school documents all day. Do you not know? Like, I don't know about nowadays, but back in the day, they always used to sit there and be like, oh, have your parents sign all of your tests so we can know they saw them. So they used to be so annoyed every morning when I'd be like, hey, you have to sign my test. Hey, you have to sign my report card. Hey, you have to do it. So my parents taught me to forge this shit. So you think I'm not about to just forge this shit? Fuck is you talking about? Ah, shut up. I was like, let me just fake some sadness. I was like, Like, boy, bye. I took it. I was like, I touched the paper, and he didn't touch my hand, but he touched the paper. I tried to slide it. He touched the paper, and he's like, if you don't, I'm gonna have to suspend you and possibly expel you. You gonna try to kick me out of school off of some lyrics because I said you was fat? You are fat. Because I said you eat a lot? Bro, that's not genetic. Listen, some people literally are genetically bigger. Okay, that's the thing. But you not genetically fat, bro. This man was big as shit. Stop it, nigga. You fat, like, and you a bitch, so you deserved it. Like, give us the Halloween parade. Like, nah, I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing for that. Then he gonna say you better apologize. Mind you, this is all. I will never forget that because I was really thinking in my head like, and I'm not apologizing. He better not ask me to apologize. He's like, and I need this. He's like, and I need this back signed by a parent with an apology. To be honest, I'm just happy he didn't call my parents then and there and ask them to come in, because I would have been like, oh fuck, how do I explain this to my parents that I wrote a song bullying the principal pretty much? Woo! I got off the hook there. Forged that bitch, okay, really good. Gave it back and I was like, I'm sorry. He was like, are you really sorry? I was like, He was like, yes or no? Yes, I'm sorry. Like, yo, it was wild. And it's crazy because I'm not gonna lie, I never wrote a song after that until my school song, my high school song. Like, I did enter a contest to write my high school song and I did win. So proud of that. But other than that, like, I never really wrote a song since then. And I think it's because of this experience. Like, I think I was traumatized to ever write a song. Granted, okay, it was mean as hell. It was very, very petty. But like, they really tried to kick me out of school because I wrote a diss track. Like, where they do that at? Like, is it really that serious? Like, are there not people committing more serious offenses out there that we're really gonna try to kick out little old me over a diss track? Like, oh my god. And he really kept the lyrics. Like, he really kept the lyrics. But luckily I wrote a whole second one that I had kept for years, but then I ended up throwing out like a year or so ago. So there's that. Very funny shit though, y'all. Very funny shit. Like, comment down below. Have you ever got caught up in something like that? I feel like that's a very unique story. But I would love to know if any of you guys have a very similar story. If you ever got like almost kicked out or almost suspended off of something serious. I mean, over something so trivial. Or if you just ever had like just a very mean principal that just wanted to like be so mean for no reason. Like, I just it's just so mean, so mean. Like, I just feel like that was just so unnecessary. Like, god, so mean to me. I'm so sad about that still. Like, I don't want to apologize. I don't apologize for nothing I ain't sorry for. But to be honest, it's funny. I think that was the beginning of my moment of I'm never apologizing for shit I ain't sorry for, because bitch, I ain't sorry. Hell nah. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I vowed to myself I'm never gonna apologize for anything I'm not sorry for. I don't give a fuck. Because no, like, you ain't gonna pump me like that, sir. But I was like in 6th, 7th grade, so it is what it is. Like, that shit was crazy. It really was. And to this day, I heard that principal was still trash. The school did close down though, thank God. I mean, he was a horrible principal. He truly was. He was not a good leader. He was not an effective whatever the hell. I heard he was a teacher beforehand. I heard he was a trash teacher too. But anyhow, let me know what you guys think about this video down below. I can't wait to keep this Catholic School Chronicles going. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye.